appeals court on the West Coast just ruled the US can deport illegal immigrants even if local governments oppose those removals. Chad Wolf joins me now. Does this mean Trump can get around sanctuary city rules?
Well, I think this is obviously a win for the incoming Trump administration. And I think what this validates is the ability for ICE to do their job, to remove individuals, bad individuals from the country, regardless of.
What people don't understand is that it's a lot of sanctuary cities around the United States. And what Trump government saying that if you can be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you can be a poor person living on the street. If your paperwork ain't right, you got to go, man. There's too many scary things going on in the world to the point where you don't know who or what somebody's saying besides you. It's scary, man. We live in motherfucking America where you should always be able to understand the person that's standing next to you because we are an English first country. So if you are a person that's coming over here and you are committing crimes, or if you came over here and you didn't do the right thing and get your paperwork right, they finna deport you, man. And by right folk. And anybody that harbors a fugitive from justice, meaning an undocumented alien, you will be prosecuted up to 10 years. And all you slick ass other kind of people that's gonna try to keep them folks and say that they subcontractors, them people said if they catch them on any job site that's on your motherfucking payroll, you're going to jail for 10 years per person, man. Just listen.
Jurisdictions may or may not do to help them do that. It's federal immigration law, and they have the ability to execute on that law, so it's a good ruling for them.
How long before the concept of the migrant sanctuary is just out of bounds? I think the whole sanctuary idea is just losing steam. I think it's nearing its end. What say you?
Well, I think you're right, Stuart. I think what you see in places like New York, right? You got Mayor Adams saying, look, he wants to sit down with Tom Homan and talk about how they can work together to remove dangerous individuals from their city streets. And I think once, you've got blue city mayors that start to understand what is going on here and how those illegal aliens that have continued to commit those crimes and put their community.
You see that these folk got these sanctuary cities where they encouraging undocumented people to come. California, Texas is going to be the first one that Donald Trump going to send the National Guard and the real army. It's not going to be some of them pretend soldiers. It's going to be the one that they pull out of Afghanistan, and they going to let them folk run loose in their city, man. And what people don't understand is for your safety, man. Sometimes you gotta break down the whole situation and start all over, man. You gotta start this whole country on what it was built on. His forefathers built the country on that if you are an American and you live in America, you are the most important thing in America. I think over the last 10, 15 years, since the Democrats got in office and a lot of people started voting for undocumented councilmen and senators, which I never understood how a convicted felon can't run for certain offices, but a person that's undocumented with no history or background that you can check can run and win for public office as councilmen or senators, man. I never understood that. How are you going to say that a felon is a threat to the state and they can never be hold to that standard of where they can be trusted to keep the government secrets? But you let a person that wasn't born here, that you don't know what their motives are, who they working with, to bring the American people down to the second best. But it's going to change January the 20th, 2025 when Trump entered office. Because these sanctuary cities is going to have to step up or move out the way because the federal government oversees anything that a state government think they're gonna do. All these sheriffs,
and how ICE can help them, I think they'll start to come around. But I agree with you. I think the public sentiment on sanctuary city jurisdictions has turned over these last 6 to 8 months.
I really think public sentiment changes when it looks like sanctuary city mayors or sanctuary city state governors are protecting criminals. I mean, I don't see how you can get away with that politically. You know, you've got a rapist in prison, you won't let ICE go get him. I don't see that lasting.
I never understood that point either, man. Because if a person is sitting in prison for raping someone, how can, and they over here illegally, and you gonna set this person free after they do their time and let them back into American streets? I don't understand that. You have these people, and people are gonna highlight that I'm racist and say a lot of things that I say is racist, but it's not. If you watch the news and the things that's going on in the world, most of the people that's getting raped in this world are by undocumented people. Most of the crimes that used to be done by what them people call the young black folks is being done by undocumented people. And I'm talking about undocumented children, undocumented adults. And these people think that these folks ain't gonna go up in there on January the 20th and lead the march to deport all these criminals and people that don't deserve, that shouldn't be in America unless they go by the process of getting over here the right way, man.